the bridges in the middle. I mean, once they do that, it's just it's doomed pretty much for the Protoss. You have to hold them back into your base. And here it's it's not as bad because there are more flanking opportunities than on Destination, but certainly he does not want the Terran to get too close to his expansions. And his other expansion over here is quite far away, so it's not going to be great if he doesn't, if he can't hold off the tanks from getting there. Looks like he's going to use that Reaver probably to kill off these Vultures. Reavers are quite good at killing Vultures, but actually that Reaver, that shuttle is just so slow. It's slow as molasses getting there. It's just like, I'm running out of power. And now he's dropping the stuff. Oh, looks like that Reaver takes a 1 mine hit, but that's not going to take it out. And now these Vultures are all going to have to go away. Nice group of tanks there for Iris, and Iris will probably push out in a few minutes, probably in the next few minutes actually. I think if he can take down those Reavers, I think that would actually be a signal for him to move out. Gateway being produced there, nice work by Cal. Oh, nice shot there by the Reavers, taking out something like 4 Vultures in 1 shot. That's going to stop that harass cold. And this is really, I mean, this is not necessarily the most exciting Protoss versus Terran. I mean, this is the difference between 2 players who are good and 2 players who are, say, best and Flash, or best and Fantasy, or Stork and Fantasy. I mean, the mid-game is just a lot more laid back, in the sense that neither player is willing to just put their chips in the middle at this point and try to do more harassment. I mean, we've seen a couple of lackluster efforts from Iris, when we're seeing just macro from Cal, so, Cal, once again, is going to be facing a Vulture attack, though. He's got a Forge up, so he's going to put that cannon up. I find it interesting, a lot of pro gamers like to put their Forge right next to, right in their natural expansion, actually. Almost like they're going to forget about it otherwise. They just put it right next to where they're going to put cannons. Looks like Cal's actually going to break through. I'm sorry, Iris is going to break through this time. Reaver coming down. Oh, wow, killing oh, nice work there by Cal. That was impressive. Managing to put up another pylon with the probes dying, I don't know, fusion thing of energy. I was going to say dying breath, but probes don't breathe. Huge number of tanks moving out, though. And this is going to be a large force. But there's a DT out, actually. DT is out. That is a good tech switch here from Cal, actually. I really like this move. Cal and Iris just, unfortunately, being a little cheap there, not picking up his ComSat stations, so actually that's what you should be doing, because why else would you get your academy? But yeah, it's just not, oh man, this is not good for Cal. I'm sorry, not good for Iris. Iris making a terrible choice here of not getting ComSats. He's going to try to put up the turret, once again trying to do a slow push, but there is absolutely nothing he can do about this now. And look at that, the entire army has to unsiege and crawl back to his base. That push just got stopped. And this is one of those mistakes, like, Stork not upgrading Singularity Charge. It's just a mistake. There is no justification for it. I mean, sometimes you can say, like, I didn't get this upgrade, or I didn't do this because I was trying to save for that, and that's a good argument. And then sometimes you have, like, Savior, who doesn't get Adreno upgrades for his Zerglings, like, 10 minutes into the late game, and there's no excuse. Just like here, there's no excuse for not getting ComSats. Here comes the drop. Oh, man, mid to late game drop, a DT drop, but it could be really effective. It could do a lot of damage here. Looks like a scan's going to go off. Oh, my goodness. That didn't do anything, actually. That didn't make me breakfast. That just shot me. That really didn't make anyone breakfast. That just, everything died in like 1 second. The shuttle and all the DTs, and now Cal's in big trouble, basically. He's going to use just speed lots alone, though. Here come the manly zealots here. They're not manlots just yet. He's going to need to do some more damage, but it looks like he's going to do some damage, and they might actually be some Reach-styled manlots here, rushing in, taking the tanks down, and wow, it was just, Cal did not, Iris did not have his Vultures in the right position. He had them behind the tanks. His tanks were protecting his Vultures, which is not the way it's supposed to go. Those Vultures are going to get chased away, and that was just another error there, sort of an unforced error like in baseball. This is just, just like not getting your scanners. That was an error. And now he's going to just try to harass that expansion some more, but that's not going to succeed at all. Looks like the mine being dragged into the tank. Nice. So Cal is going to stop on this, and I think Cal is going to take the game pretty much here. Iris does not have another expansion, I believe, and he has, I think, all of maybe 3 or 4 tanks to his name right now. Once again, Iris trying to break through there. I wonder why Cal has not put up just 2 cannons there, or 1 cannon even. That would stop his Vulture harass. Cal just walking into... Okay, there is a cannon over there, so I think he's actually going to be okay, even if they break through. Well, 1 cannon won't be enough, but... Anyway, those Dragoons coming from behind will take care of business here. And afterwards, Cal can just hold his expansion, macro up a little bit more, and then, you know, he can take more expansions, and then just you know, Iris just won't win, because Iris does not have any tanks. And that Vulture gets through, only to get killed by a cannon. Iris trying to push out here. Wow, just bad positioning last time. A little bit sloppy play. This time he has his Vultures in front of the tanks, but the number of tanks is just so reduced. And if Iris does the same thing, if Cal does the same thing again with his speed lots, he's going to be absolutely fine. Just floating over the shuttle over there just to scare him, I think. Of course, no glides out for Iris. You know, I'm with Diggity here. Diggity always says he's surprised at why why more Terrans don't get a Wraith at some point to deal with a shuttle, or you know, Goliaths aren't really as good as Wraiths. I mean, just get 1 Wraith and you don't have problems with shells anymore, or at least not like this kind of problem where the shell just flies over your base and, you know, flies over your units and just patiently waits to drop its cargo. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. It's nice Zealot bomb there from Cal, and it is probably filled with all Zealots. Oh, nice work that time, though, actually. All the Vultures somehow killing the Zealot before the tanks fired. I think the tanks were actually firing at something else, that's why. Iris continuing to push in towards his base, but I think he's just going to overextend himself at this point. He just doesn't have enough tanks. Here comes Cal with Dragoons coming from the right side, and probably going to have units coming from the bottom, too, from his main base. He's also picking up an expansion here at the left side. Yeah, he's got that nice force, and he's going to just attack from 2 fronts there and probably clean out that containment force over here. It's hard for the Terran to hold this contained position when they can be surrounded easily. Here comes Dragoons coming from the right, and here comes the attack from the south. So this is going to be the pivotal battle here. If Cal wins it, that's game. Cal with DTs, actually, a swarm of DTs going in there, chopping away at the tanks. Scan going off, but looks like, yeah, the tanks will go down. There just simply weren't enough tanks. Even though there was enough army there to take out the Zealots, there just weren't enough tanks to do enough damage to the Goons, and the Goons will clean out this entire containment force. I think that's going to be a good game there for Iris. Iris shaking his head. Even though Cal hasn't done anything to Iris yet in terms of his base, I think it's going to be just a matter of seconds before he GG's anyway, or maybe a matter of maybe like 2 minutes, because really there's no way he can win this game at this point with so few tanks, and Cal at 4 bases, and him at just barely his main and his natural, probably going to be completely mined out in his main already. Still trying to do this harassment with the Vultures. I mean, you know, there are good Vulture harasses, and then there are Vulture harasses that don't work so well. And this is an example of a Vulture harass, which, no offense to Iris, but just didn't work. I mean, he kept going for that pylon wall blocked expansion, and it just, you know, it just totally didn't work. 1 tank joining the party now, and he's going to try to do some damage here. But, you know, there's only so long that mines alone will delay a large enough force of Dragoons, and they're going to come in from behind and take out everything over here. They're going to destroy everything in 5 minutes, okay? Looks like finally they've broken through. Will any probes go down? Yes, some probes will go down. In fact, probably all the probes will. Well, no. Vultures are going to chill out and kill the cannon as it warps in. And yeah, I think they got a total of maybe 4 probes there. Cal playing an excellent game, though, I have to say. That was a very, very manly push there in the middle, where he sent probably about 24 manlots over, and oh my goodness, he's got Archons. So Archons, they're a bit gratuitous in Terran versus Protoss, to be absolutely honest. I mean, they can cross minefields, that's pretty much it. I think it's a little bit of a cocky move there, where it's kind of hot dogging it a little bit, you know. I got Archons too. You know, real hot dogging would be taking to your DTs and making a Dark Archon, which is pretty useless and pretty much entirely useless in Terran versus Protoss. Well, I guess you oh, I can feedback a science vessel. Yeah, not going to do any good. Because someone will post that. They can mind control an SCV and build a whole army. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But anyway, here comes the final blow here into Iris's expansion. Iris refusing to give up the ghost here, but there's Archons in his base. Oh no, Archons with that huge psionic arms of love. Cal just cleaning the floor here. Oh, Iris taking out the Nexus. GG, he just wanted to take out the Nexus. That was his goal in life. Cal moving on to the round of 8, and there he will face none other than Stork. That series has actually been played already by the time you're watching this video. I have not watched it, but I will be casting it also with whoever has not watched it, because Moletrap evidently couldn't resist the urge, and he watched it, Moletrap. So he's not going to be able to dual cast with me, but Diggity might not have. He might have been a good boy. Iris not looking that impressive this entire game.
And Cal just looking like the better player. All right, we're going to move on to games 2 and possibly 3 of Jangbi versus Memory, and then the same thing for Jaedong versus Free. Thanks for watching.